Welcome to part 2 in the safety series called Shocking the Orthodox and Thrilling the Rebellious. Why I use that title is because I believe I'm an out-of-the-box safety thinker. And as discussed in the first part of this series, I talked about my book called Changing Safety Paradigms. Now this book I believe is a free download on the internet, so I don't get rich talking about this book, but I want to share the knowledge with you anyway. If you go to Changing Safety Paradigms on the website, you'll probably get your copy of this book free of charge. Some of the things I talk about in safety paradigms are challenging to safety's holy cows. Last time I talked about safety belonging in the safety department, about near misses, etc. And while we're on the subject, I'd just like to say that a lot of people in the industry are actually kicking the W.H. Heinrich 1929 accident ratio. Some people call it the safety triangle. It's not the safety triangle. It's called the accident ratio. And he first compiled it in 1929. And then it was modified by Frank Bird and George Germain. And incidentally, at the bottom of the ratio is not unsafe behavior of people in the updated sequence. Maybe Heinrich said this in 1929, but Frank Bird and George Germain in 1966 said it is a combination of high-risk behaviors and high-risk conditions that lead to property damage, accidents, near misses, and of course the serious injury at the top of the accident ratio. It's not a fatality, as a lot of people teach. So let's have a look at what paradigm we're going to discuss in this number 2 segment. Let's talk about the paradigm that accidents are caused by behavior only. We talked about that previously, but I think it's important that we revisit that because accidents have a sequence. And in my first book, I talked about the 15 domino accident sequence. So this is similar to 15 dominoes set up, and when the first one is triggered off, the next one falls, the next one falls, and the end result is injury, property damage, or loss. And I modified previous thinking by stating that the first domino in the sequence that triggers the whole event is in actual fact failure to assess the risk. So many organizations focus on the consequence of the accident rather than the cause. They try and treat the consequence. And the paradigm I want to summarize this part 2 with is, after an accident, blame the employee and the problem will go away. Paradigm. Blaming the employee, finding fault with the employee, punishing the employee will not fix a breakdown in the system, because after all that's what caused the accident. A breakdown in the system in actual fact allowed that employee to do what he or she did that resulted in somebody being injured. And as a thought starter, maybe somebody else contributed to that injury. So blaming a person after an accident is not going to fix the problem. No matter how you punish that person, will not fix the problem. You've got to do a root cause analysis, an immediate cause analysis, and you've got to delve deep into the system and find out where did the system fail the man. Until next time, we'll speak again. I'm Ron McKinnon.